Hey there, it's TIDBITS, and welcome to the video where I break things and ruin everything. But first, have you ever looked at Little Mac and just thought, man, I wish I could customize his outfit however I wanted? Well shucks, you're in luck because Kira the Durgo on Twitter gave me just the thing for you. Do you remember that one fact where, for effects that cover your character, on Wario's overall wearing alt specifically, these effects would instantly cover his face before the rest of his body? Well, when you look at this with Little Mac, it'll be completely normal, just fading in throughout his entire body. And this is how it works for all of his alts, except specifically his second and fourth one. With these two, when you activate one of these effects, all of his clothing, including his gloves and shoes, start out completely covered, just like Wario's face. I can't imagine why these two alts specifically would be quirky like this. I mean, I can totally understand the second one being special, since that's the skin that Peanut Little Mac uses, so it would make full sense for Sakurai to hand code in a unique feature for this skin as an homage to his favorite Little Mac. But the fourth one? I don't really get it. Actually, wait, it might be the pants. They're the only alts that have a striped pattern, I think. Maybe they were just coded weird or something? I don't know, actually. But what's more important is the fact that this includes the ink from the Inklings. So with these alts, you can kinda dye Little Mac's clothing to one of the 8 new colors. Let me know down below what your favorite one is. I think the hot pink on Mac really suits him, and he should probably wear that all the time. But they're all kinda cool. Also, these ink effects are just a lot more practical, as it actually sticks around for a while even when you're minimally covered. While metal clothes are cool, it'll only cover just the clothes for the first few frames it starts and ends, as the rest of the time it just covers his whole body, which isn't as fun. Oh, and if you're wondering, the same logic applies to that one Mario stage with all the coins whose name I forgot and can't be bothered to look up. Okay, fine, I just looked it up, it's called Golden Plains. The issue though is that before the effect turns gold, it'll actually look metal for the first few frames the transition starts and ends. The same frames that we're paying attention to. So technically, even this will just give us a basic Metal Mac look, kinda. I mean, it's a little bit gold, but definitely nowhere near as much as the full effect, which is just a bit lame. But before we talk about more Smash stuff, let's take a look at something similar, a new game called Battle Crush, the sponsor of today's video. Battle Crush is a PvP brawler game coming to the Switch, PC, and mobile, with cross-play support. You fight with up to 30 players from all around the world using your Calyxer here, with the goal to be the lone survivor, Battle Royale style, with each round lasting only up to 8 minutes. The ground will even start collapsing, adding to that quick pace and tension, and giving you more room to knock people off the stage, which might sound familiar. And to spice things up even more, items and treasure chests are scattered around the field, helping you survive and making you stronger. The base controls are very simple, yet the action skills have their own learning curve to them, which can be really fun to master. And you do so in various modes, including the aforementioned Battle Royale mode, a Brawl mode where you choose 3 Calyxers to battle, and Build Up where you fight enemies one-on-one. If this new take on Battle Royale sounds interesting to you, I encourage you to sign up for the beta using my coupon code PKBeatsBBeta1023 and join the experience starting on October 23rd. Follow the link down in the description to sign up for that beta, making sure to use my coupon code, and thank you Battle Crush for sponsoring today's video. Okay, moving on to broken stuff, I saw this prompt on B2Alice's Twitter involving a very funny glitch with Duck Hunt. To activate this glitch, all you need is, Duck Hunt, and you need to be in training mode so that you can change the speed of the game. Walk over to your sparring partner and... well, congratulations, now you've done it. Done what, you might ask? Well... so, obviously there's a ton to unpack here. So let me start by fleshing out the mechanics of this. This is a bit different from the yo-yo glitch in Melee if you're familiar with that. This magical invisible hitbox will stay in one fixed location and just attack within that location. It's directly correlated to where you used your smash attack, but does not move or expand in size or anything. You can think of it like a floating hitbox circle that just gets activated whenever Duck Hunt uses a move. That's right, any basic move that Duck Hunt uses will trigger this floating hitbox. So his tilt, his aerials, and his dash attack. However, if you use his jab, the glitch will just go away for some reason. His grabs are okay, as are his pummels and his throws, which can lead to some pretty cool combos. And while his specials don't seem to trigger the glitch, they also don't remove it, which is at least nice. And when you use smash attacks, you'll get this hit effect twice, and after you've done this once, the glitch will go away entirely. This will be important for later, so remember that. As long as you try to avoid using jab like I mentioned before, as far as I can tell, keeping this hitbox around is extremely easy. Even if Duck Hunt gets KO'd, it'll still work. Obviously resetting training mode does remove it, but otherwise just avoid using jab and it should stick around. There may be other niche factors that can get rid of it, but that would take further testing that I have yet to do. Though to say something, I don't think time is a factor or anything, because I've left my game open for quite a while now as I wrote these parts of the script, and the glitch did not go away, but who knows. Also, look at this phantom hit I got here. A phantom hit on a phantom attack. That's stupid. For a few more minor things, yes, this hitbox is universal and will affect other objects like items. And even if you turn training mode back to normal speed, it'll stick around. You just need the speed to be different for the activation. Also, while I've been doing this in 1.5 times mode, you can have your game be as slow as you want it. It's actually a lot easier to time when the game's slower, so I do recommend that. I've just been doing it faster because I'm spicy like that. And for a not so minor thing, some of you might have noticed how consistent the damage and knockback of this glitched attack is. In these examples, it's always dealt 12%, regardless of which attack gets used to activate it, and the knockback scales normally, being noticeably stronger than, say, an up tilt would typically be. This further plays into that explanation I made at the beginning, where this magical invisible hitbox is not extending or teleporting your attack, but is rather just its own entity that you're simply activating. Speaking of the activation, there's a handful of clarifications to make before we hop into the logic behind this glitch. First, this works with all smash attacks. Side smash and down smash generally have more horizontal knockback, which can be even better due to the combos it opens up. And as you saw, whether or not you hit the opponent with the smash attack, and regardless of what move the opponent uses to cancel your smash attack, it's all the same and it'll all work. So to lay out all the criteria again, as long as the game speed is changed and the smash attack gets cancelled at a certain timing, that's all you need. So really, the setup can be as incredibly easy as inputting forward smash and using jab to interrupt it. If you want to use a different smash attack, you can make it easier by using a superstar just so the person attacking you doesn't get hit. And for the last little practical clarification, range is not a factor. Like I said before, the hitbox gets stuck wherever your smash attack gets interrupted. So if you set it up properly, you can do things like this. Now, okay, the thing we're all dying to hear about is, why does this happen? After all, the idea of simply interrupting Duck Hunt's smash attack causing it to linger would normally be a broken day one tech, right? Well, the more astute of you watching, or anyone who's seen my videos before, may know that when the training mode speed has been changed at all, Duck Hunt's smash attacks now act weird. Each shot gets doubled. Yes, that's what I believe to be the source of this glitch. I still don't entirely know why each shot gets doubled, but my guess is that when you interrupt these smash attacks, the game doesn't really know what to do when a glitched, repeated shot gets interrupted, and thus it just stays around. We can back this up by looking into these duplicated shots. In a normal smash attack, the hitbox comes out at the same time of this bang looking visual effect, after the red scope symbol has appeared. Whereas when the game speed is changed, there's a hitbox for when the scope appears as well, which would therefore make this specific shot the one that's not supposed to be there. When we properly time this glitch, it's when the smash attack gets interrupted while this red scope is on the screen, but before the bang effect follows. In other words, it's when the glitched hitbox is present but before the normal hitbox. So perhaps by interrupting it with this timing, we're just not allowing the game to correct itself on this duplicated shot, and thus it never goes away. That's the logic that makes the most sense to me. And this checks out with everything we mentioned before, and then some. As if you had timed the smash attack cancel really early, you would have kept the middle hit of the attack instead of the finisher, which obviously doesn't have much knockback because it's meant to combo into the final hit. That's why this glitch shot has set knockback. And when that set knockback is meant to put you in a weirder spot, like for down smash, that can make this invisible hitbox work a bit stupidly, which I really like. Now, as much as I would love to talk about practical application, unfortunately because this glitch seems to be based around these duplicated smash attack shots, the fact that this doesn't happen during normal slowdowns from other methods means that it's not really happening anywhere else. While technically it can happen in custom smash, as when you change the time there, it essentially mimics the training mode speed changes too, which means the smash attacks are doubled and the glitch works for either speed. So as far as I can currently tell at least, this is the only place outside of training mode where you'd be able to pull this glitch off. But if you're a lab rat like me, the practicality of something outside of training mode doesn't really matter because it's funny. Speaking of funny things, Sunfield on Twitter uploaded a video of something really dumb that I want to share. Okay, just watch this. This is gonna be frickin' sweet. Isn't that just the best? Sunfield had called it the Slipcel, and I'm not in any authority to call it anything else, so that's what it is. You can probably guess why this is happening. Because the platform is moving, if you get close to the edge and hold the analog stick at a very specific angle, your character will fall off the platform for just one frame, but then get placed back on as it moves in your direction, which just keeps repeating until the speed of the platform changes enough to make it stop happening. Speaking of speed, the in-game speed will not make this impossible, but will sort of change the rhythm of the cacophony. Oh, and yeah, you can do this both ways, obviously. In regards to that specific angle, I find that just hitting the lower diagonal spot on your analog stick is consistent enough, and while I'm pretty sure you can do it out of a wave dash or anything else, buffering the angle out of a roll onto the ledge is just super easy, so that's just what I default to. Now the next question is to wonder who this works for. And the answer is that technically this works for everyone, but your mileage will definitely vary. For example, Kazuya can only make it halfway across the stage before it fails, though surprisingly if he's doing it while facing backwards, he lasts way longer. I think I like this one more anyways. However, most of the cast, like Mario or Fox, will do it a few times before just falling off. Generally, I found that larger characters had better results, like Donkey Kong here, but that wasn't always consistent, as Ganondorf also had great results, but King Dedede didn't. So the takeaway is to just test out your own character and just see how it works for them. While these tests are all on the Smashville platform, I did try a few others with less luck. I mean, there's a few stages in the game, so I imagine there are plenty of other moving platforms and niche sections that could be tested. But in terms of like really prominent moving platforms, I think the Smashville one is probably the best. And yes, I tried with Stage Builder and I learned two things. One, the highest speed of these rails is still kind of slow, and two, it just doesn't seem to work for some reason. You can see that on most of these stages, King K. Rool does start the animation for a bit, but it just doesn't repeat like a Smashville, which makes it not freaking sweet. Next, this one comes from D. Patafino in regards to the in-game camera, but you know how if you hit X in either horizontal D-pad button, you can toggle the presence of certain visual effects? Well, if we go over to the assist trophy guy, yeah, this guy. We all love this guy, right? Apparently he's also just a visual effect, and thus will go away when you toggle it. So yeah, you can have an assist trophy without the assist trophy guy if you so desire. It's like a boneless assist trophy. I mean, I think it's kind of rude because we all love this guy and we don't want him to go away, but whatever. Also, this is entirely unrelated to anything ever, but I only just now realized this. Okay, so you know how when you want to change the type of stage from normal to battlefield to omega or whatever, you just hit X, right? Whatever the button over here says for your controller. But apparently you can also change the stage type by just clicking the thing up here. I just never knew that that was an option. Not that I'm ever going to do it this way because that would be stupid, and I'm not stupid, I'm smart, but I just thought that was fun to point out. Anyways, lastly for today, here's some fun Japanese trivia for ya. Robin's Levin sword, a pretty neat and unique name, is very simply called the Thunder Sword in Japanese. Similarly, King K. Rool's blunderbuss, the name of an old-fashioned gun type that pirates could use, is just called the Pirate's Cannon in Japanese, or Pirate Cannon. These are both just using the English words. This happens a ton where things are just given their simple English names in Japanese, which I suppose is usually interesting enough for them, so it makes sense, but it really makes me appreciate any localizers who decided to go with something more interesting than just using the English words that were already given to them. Like if you were particularly lazy, you could just very easily just use the English word that you already see and that'll be it, so I do appreciate them going above and beyond. Also, something interesting is that Sephiroth's scintilla move is called senkou in Japanese, which is just the word for flash or spark. If you didn't know, that's actually true of the word scintilla too, which comes directly from Latin and just means spark, I guess. I mostly bring this up because I didn't even know that before and I thought that was cool. I guess I just always thought that scintilla was some sort of Final Fantasy lore thing or something with mythology. I don't know, I never really played the games or anything, but yeah, it's just a word, I guess. But I also bring it up because in Kazuya's normal jab combo, the Japanese name also uses this senkou word, again meaning flash, and was more literally translated to that in English by calling it the flash punch combo. So the same word got translated to either flash or scintilla. I guess it just goes to show how versatile translators and localizers can be with the English language's vast expanse of synonyms, and I just think it's incredibly fascinating how... Hey, get that emo out of here. No, I do not sound like that. No, stop it. Okay, but seriously though, if you like hearing language trivia, I strongly recommend you watch my most recent video, which I'll link in the description and put in the iCard, because in that video I spent the entire thing going over fun language trivia. Unfortunately, I'm probably not really going to be making those again as long as I still treat this channel as a job, since the support is just not really there. But you know, going forward I can keep sprinkling in some facts here or there into these more generalistic videos. But yeah, if you couldn't tell, that's the end of this video. I'm done, go away. Or you can stick around and watch some TF2 clips as I ramble on about things for no apparent reason. To speed through some recent news, Nintendo announcing the shutdown of their networks for the 3DS and Wii U sucks hardcore, though I also kinda saw it coming once they stopped supporting the eShop. And the Minecraft mob vote is as frustrating as ever, given how they really should and could just add all 3 mobs, but regardless I want the crab to win the most. Though really, I'm most interested in the Stardew Valley update 1.6. That's apparently going to be a lot bigger than we initially thought, so that's what's currently holding my hype. I mean, I'm excited to play Super Mario Bros. Wonder pretty soon, but, you know. And just a few days ago, the latest Scream Fortress update released, which has been pretty fun. I can't say I'm a huge fan of the new zombie infestation game mode personally, but it's cool that it exists. I'm mostly just wondering how long it'll take for it to be impossible to actually play due to the bots. But for the time being, it's pretty cool and I'm pretty excited to have fun with it, as much as I can. Alright, that's it. Be sure to comment down below your favorite sauce for your chicken wings, boneless or not. Classic buffalo is the goat for me with blue cheese or ranch. I'm not one of those picky people. And with that, I'd like to thank my venerable patrons, Rain, Scylla700, Burbo, Spider Jew, and everyone else for the support. Stay casual, and I'll see y'all later.